Hello again, artisans and art fans. My name is Bethel and welcome to my channel. Today, I thought we would take a look at all of the art that I have created over the past, I think it's about 5 years now, since I started doing mixed media art. So I hope you enjoy. So this first box has sort of the bigger pieces, and when I say bigger pieces, they're really not that big because I'm not learned to work that big just yet. But no, this is a mix. I'm lying, this is a mix. Yeah, so let's just see what we get. This first one is one of the very first ones that I did, and I actually like kind of lesson learned. Here, I'll hold it up to the camera. I did put like a I think like a Mod Podge to seal it with, but with the fabric it kind of, I don't know if you can tell, it picks up the dust basically. So this one's pretty personal to me and I wouldn't sell it anyways, but this is just something to note that like to be really careful. There's a lot of good videos out there. I think Karen Campbell had the one that was most useful to me about sealing. If I can find it, I'll put it like somewhere. I don't know where to put things yet. But about how to seal your artwork and which types of sealers are better for which types of art. So this was not the best for the fabric because it does catch the dust, and if I was a collector I'd be pretty like disappointed in this, but since it's my own like personal piece, it doesn't really bother me. But that's one. So that was made in 2020 for sure. I know that. I'm not gonna know the dates on all of these. Similarly, this one was made around the same time, and this is one, my husband's not really like into art particularly, but he did like this one, and this is a hand balancer. The photographs were actually taken by my sister, but it has that same dust thing going on. I don't know if you can quite tell from the video, but I just thought it was really fun to make. The photos were like some kind of outtakes from this event where they weren't good enough to keep as photos, so I just chopped them up and put them on here. So I think this piece is super fun, and my husband actually likes it as well. This one was on exhibit recently, and it's called Soar to Joy, so it's a little more recent, but not super duper recent, maybe like 2023. I could look up the dates on all of these if you're actually very interested. But yeah, this was similar, like another hand balancer clown type of performer from that, what was it called? Oh my gosh, it's not Cirque du Soleil, Cirque on Ice event that we went to. And so this was me kind of trying that whole thing that people do where they like put all the elements and they make them all one color and then they do different finishing things. This was my attempt at doing that. It was super fun, but it's not necessarily something that I'll keep repeating. Yeah, so that's that one. This is another earlier work. I used to like to do little pills like that. I wasn't like medication pills that I didn't need anymore. I like to use those kind of mosaic style. I've moved away from that just because I don't know, and I couldn't find like how you could like if you could get in trouble for that, because obviously like no art should be put in your mouth or like, you know, could, like, but I just thought like, well, what if one of these like fell off or something, and then a child or an animal like, you know, got to it, a pet, and then I would feel like horrible if somebody like was harmed. A lot of them are placebos, especially the little teeny tiny ones are like the placebos, so that wouldn't do anything, but some of the other ones were actual real medication. Anyways, this one was called Snow a Blue, and I think I lost the O, so it's just the star there. But this is another one I will probably just keep. If somebody was super interested, I might sell this one, but it's not collecting dust like the others, so I did fix that by then. And neither is the Soar to Joy one, just those first two. So let's see. These are one of my favorite types of canvases to use. I have like way too many. I probably overbought. I bought in bulk. But this is from my series called Ikigai, and I hope I'm pronouncing that correctly. And it's that idea of basically the Venn diagram where, oh gosh, am I gonna be able to remember this? It's what brings you joy, what you're good at, what the world needs, and what you can make money doing. I think that's where the intersection of all those things are. That's your Ikigai. I hope I'm saying that correctly. Please correct me if I'm wrong. And the nice thing about these is that they can go any direction, really. They were just kind of fun. And just repeating that idea and that concept of the 4 things, including with cross stitch. And so, but they could also be hung as a series of 4. That was my first time kind of doing something like that. And so like this has small pieces as well that could also fall off, but there was just something about the medication that just seemed particularly like a liability, and I'm kind of like risk averse. So that was that. I do have these little stickers that I put on the back that say like, you know, don't ingest this, obviously. So that's those 2, and then there's 2 more. I did 2 in kind of like the bluish greenish tones, and these 2 in like kind of pink tones. This one's like a salmon. I'm not sure, sometimes these were very hard to photograph. That was something when I photographed them for the website, and they're not quite up there yet. It was very hard to get the true colors. I feel like the video in this current lighting is picking it up as the true colors, but yeah, this might be a little darker in real life, as they say. Oh, no, that's about right. But yeah, so these were super fun to make, and I really liked these. I think were one of the things that felt like made me feel like a true artist for the first time, because I was like, oh, I can make things in a series, and they have a real meaning, and it's incorporating, like, I love cross stitch, so it's incorporating that with the meaning. And it all kind of sprung from these little deals. Somebody was getting rid of them. They were all like rainbow print or rainbow design. I don't know what the word is. And somebody was getting rid of them. It was from like a conference or something. They were like little conference pins. And I thought, oh, that'd be fun to like spray paint them different colors and then do this like Ikigai thing. And so that's kind of how that came together. Let's set these down. And you have to excuse the boxes behind me because I'm still finishing up the studio, but I don't want to let that stop me from making videos for you guys. Okay, this one is called Morning Sunrise, Evening Rain, and actually I still have the tag on it from exhibiting at a art fair, or a book fair where I brought my art rather. So that's this one, and this one was just kind of having a lot of fun with like shape and color, really. I did a little on the back too, not much, but a little. So it's fun. It has a lot of little details, lots of little butterflies and things. I had a lot of fun making that one. And this next one is one I'm actually particularly proud of. This is when I started doing a little bit of the mosaic. This is very recent. So it has kind of the collage at the bottom, a little paint on top, and then I used the clear gems to kind of highlight the different aspects that I wanted to accentuate, and the little confidence quote there with the cutout of the lady. So I really like this one. I'm pretty proud of this one. It was a lot of fun to make and felt very empowering. And I think there's one more in this box, and then I will jump to the other box. Oh yeah, this one. Oh goodness, this one. This one was a battle. When I tell you that it was a battle, it was a battle. So a lot of these I'm going to make separate videos on of how they came to be, like little process videos. Those will be in the art process art process playlist that I have. This is just like I'm showing this as part of my journey. It would be better to show you in order so you can see like the development, But honestly, I'm having to go with the done is better than perfect thing, which I think a lot of us have to do. But I don't know if you could see, like way under here is like kind of the original. So when I get that video up, you'll see what I'm talking about. But like this had a whole layer and I just was like so unhappy with that layer. And so then I just kind of kept messing with it. And sometimes you can mess with it right into the ground. But this one, I kept messing with it and eventually got to where I actually like it. So this one's called Forbidden Fruit. And I just like the little birds eating the little fruits. And I'm actually pretty happy with how that turned out. So, you know, sometimes you just gotta keep messing with it. So I'm gonna put all these back and then I'll open the other box and show you the next half. I was putting these back and I realized I forgot one. It was so teeny tiny, it kind of stuck in there and it has like a hair or something. It'll come off. But this little guy is one of the early ones I did too. So my husband and I were furniture flipping for a while there. And this is like the one of the wallpaper type things we would use for, it was really fun to do like accents of wallpaper on some of the furniture, on the dressers and things. So that's where, and I just thought, oh, this would be fun to make like a little thing with. So, and then this is a photograph of some type of like stair fountain. I don't even remember where, but I just really had fun with it. So this one's called Stairways to Paradise, which is a song in American in Paris, from the movie American in Paris. That man is so hot and he has the best voice. I don't know why he wasn't in more movies, the French guy I'm talking about. But anyways, this is that one. And I realized I should also give a shout out to who exhibited my Soar to Joy one. And that was the San Diego Writers Inc. Gallery, which is called Inspirations. It's their Inspirations Gallery. And they were so kind to include me in a recent group exhibit. So I wanted to give them a little shout out. So now let's start on box number dos, so I actually did, I'll make a separate video about this, but I started working on certificates of authenticity because that's an important thing to include when you're attempting to actually sell your work. So here's another reason we're not doing the pills anymore. I'm gonna have to fix this one because it looks like in the move we lost a little red pill over here. But this one is super fun. It is called Circus Delight, and it's just, I don't know. This is another one that started like really like as total chaos and I hated it and all that, and then finally like I didn't love the background and I kept messing with it and kept messing with it, and then finally when I added the red, I kind of thought, okay, maybe there's something here, all the little red things, and then I found the yellow things and I thought, ooh, it starts to look like a circus. The little moons remind me of kind of like the Turkish flag, so that's where because then the Turkish flag made me think of Turkish Delight from the C.S. Lewis books, and then I was like, ooh, but it's kind of like a Circus Delight. So there you go. That's how that came to be named, and I'll have to fix the little blip on it. That's kind of a more recent one, and this one is pretty recent as well. It also still had its tag on it from the art, or from the last book fair. But this one is called Wings of Hope. And it's funny because if you hold it kind of back here, it just looks like I covered a plate with like a napkin, which it is a napkin. This was actually one of our one of the other professional organizers who likes to do art as well. She led a craft for us when we did our little group meeting. I asked her to lead a craft for us, and she did the napkin thing, and so we did that on some other circus, and then I did this one at home, and I liked it as a background, and then I just kind of added the butterflies. I don't know if you can see them, the metal butterflies, and I liked that as kind of, and then the inside is like other paper and a few more butterflies. So it's not a tremendous lot going on, but I like the subtlety of it and the kind of surprise when you get closer to it. And I did the back as well, so it's one of those things where if you have something that will display both sides. It's not like offensive to look at the back. And the idea, this is part of my recycling art. I'm surprised I didn't mention that beforehand, that a lot of these pieces are recycled items. So this is a plate that had a very huge crack down the middle, like completely broken, and somebody used like some brown glue or something to glue them together. So anyways, the art process video for that will be a fun one to watch as well, to see the transformation. But let's see, here's one of my favorites, if I can get it out. This is a single tile. A lot of times people have, they redo their tiles, or they have the old tiles, they've already moved on to a new one. So this was that, and this one's called Prairie Path. And again, it's very simple, just, you know, some paper background, the clear gem beads, and then, you know, some embellishments. But I just really had a lot of fun with that one, and I did a little stamping on the back too. This is one of my favorites. I'd like to do more in this kind of a vein of a thing. And the Prairie Path reminds me of where we used to play and go on long walks and bike rides and things near my grandma's house when we were growing up. So this one, I did some larger ones of these. This one came a little later, but these are jewelry organizers, and I put little command strips over the paper, and then you can hang your jewelry from them. So those are fun. And that one's just on like a panel board, so it's not super duper heavyweight. This one, however, definitely is. This is a wood panel board, and it's similarly, it has the side as well. But this is one of my favorites. It's called Grandma's Baubles, and I just like that it has like the doily and the kind of like old-fashioned elements to it, along with the book pages. And then you can hang your jewelry. So this would probably be perfect for somebody who likes retro jewelry and retro clothes and things. It would probably be up their alley. I bet it was a lot of fun to make. Similarly, this one was going to be that. It started out as that. And then the centerpiece, I put this too close to the center, and it was bumping up against the beading thing I had in the middle. And you know, there will be an art process video for this one as well, but super unhappy with it. And I actually posted in Sabrina Fry, I don't know if it's Fry or Frey, her beading group, and they had all given some ideas. And so I ended up pulling up all the beads that were in the middle and doing this thing that kind of looks like the state of Texas in the middle, not intentional. And but I really like it now, and now you can see it kind of flows. It looks like a flower popping out. It goes better with the rest. This one doesn't have any particular like deep meaning, but I just think it's beautiful and more balanced, and I love the colors on it. So that is that one. And I decided not to make it a jewelry holder at some point in the back and forth. That was another one that was like painful at points. Sometimes creating these pieces really is like childbirth. It gets a little painful. This was a really fun one. Again, this fabric is from when we were furniture flipping. This was a recycled, this was a recycled photograph that somebody was going to throw out, and I just absolutely loved it. It's a little kid with a little kitty. And then I thought the elements of time and everything kind of fit together. And kind of just for fun, I sewed this watch in instead of just gluing it, the watch band. So that was kind of fun. And the picture was taken in 1947, so that's why it has that. And this was actually as part of a workshop for, goodness, I'm blanking on her name. She goes by Twiggy on Instagram. Twiggy Boyer Art, I want to say. And so I did this, or at least I started this in her workshop, and then I finished it kind of on my own. So you should check her out because she has some cool stuff. And let's see, we got a couple more in here, I think. Yeah, 2 more. So this was one of the early ones. I actually did put the art video up with this. These are old art fair price tags. This I did put the video up for, And the only thing that I think that changed since the video is I did change the washi tape on the sides to make it match more what the colors in here. I think originally it didn't. But yeah, so this is called First Kiss, and this is one of the earlier ones I did. I do like this, but it is a little more busy than what I'm doing now. I think I like the simpler, a little bit cleaner look now. And we got just about 2 more. This one is another early one. It's like a little photo board that you can stick those in. And sometimes I like to experiment with like utilitarianness of art and making it into things that people can use. So that's like the jewelry holders and this kind of thing. So this was just that. I just really had a lot of fun with the colors and different elements, just collaging basically. And this obviously has the pills in it as well, so that's an earlier piece. And last but not least, this very heavy tile, which if you're thinking of things like selling your work online, this is probably not the direction to go, because I can only imagine it'd be quite expensive to ship. So this is this one. It'll have its own art process video as well, but same kind of thing, a little busier than I'm going to be going for, but I know there are a lot of people that like this kind of look, so I'm not being a hater. I'm just showing you. Some people like a lot of the elements that's like something different to look at every time you see the piece. When you have a lot of elements, it does give you that, where you can be like, oh, I never noticed this, or I didn't see that, or you know. So that's fun. But yeah, so this is pretty much my production. That sounds so corporate, but this is pretty much what I've made over the past 5-ish years, maybe a little more. I think before that I wasn't really recognizing myself as an artist. I just kind of did a lot of coloring and stuff, and I've got a lot of shorts about that kind of thing. But I'm also going to do one that shows my art journal pages to date, and then obviously I have art process videos for most of these pieces that I'll be sharing, or at least before and after pictures if I don't have a full video. Thank you for checking these out with me, and I'd love to know what you think of the different pieces and the journey. Even though I didn't kind of show it to you linearly, I think you kind of get the idea of where I've been and where I'm kind of going. And of course there's going to be lots more to discover in the future, so I'm by no means locking myself in. But I've been having a lot of fun. I wish I would have kind of recognized myself as an artist sooner, so that I could have had more fun sooner. But there's a lot of joy to be found in this journey, and so I welcome you to come along with me. Have a wonderful week, and I'll see you next time.